Okay, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is having a nice day or night, whichever it is for you. For me, it's just got nighttime. We are hopefully going to finish Beacon Pines today. I think we are very close to finishing it. So we may end up as well playing something else after that, which I would say there's a game called Black Skylands. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I'll try it out after. But then there's another thing called Children of Silent Town. So yeah. Anyway, since we want to finish Beacon Pines, we're going to get right into it. It feels like something was on my neck. Oh, I had a spider on my jersey the other day when I was just sitting at the computer. Okay. 1 minute. Music. Do we have controller? I think we were using controller. Why is the controller not turning on? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Chapter 8.
Nope, it's all quiet. Or at least it feels like it's quiet. Yep.
The cold, hard truth.
This is actually where I was.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carry her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth.
Yeah, this is them going into like the lab or something.
Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Kind of unsure where we are. That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Oh, I think we were meant to follow that guy, right? Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It feels like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? The only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. Ah, so, yeah. We were meeting up with him, and, well, we came into the tunnels, and then he came through another tunnel, and ended up being, he kind of found out that we knew about the grandma doing something, and then the grandma's now set off the bomb, I believe. We'll see. Is there anything to interact with? Don't think so. Where do we go? crap. Ah, okay. Wasn't... Why is our house gone? There's the grave. And then there's where the house is meant to be. Somehow the house is moved. So there's the sign. It looks familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Are we in an alternative town? Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but it looks like some sort of frozen replica of town. Ah, got it. So obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. Oh, there was one thing I should change. Because I've noticed that I'm covering up one of the people's heads. It might work me being down there. Yeah, I think it should be fine me being down here. Because usually there's not that many people in the screen. We found it by travelling through those metallic wormhole back there. Holes back there. Not on the screen apparently. Always something I'm doing wrong. Okay. The final objective, kill us all. Shape shift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Yeah, it's a bit weird because we were able to walk through there to get to the treehouse. But now we can't. We get across. And then the bridge is gone. And the pharmaceutical place is not there.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
The hell's going on here?
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss.
Well, the well, well, not the well, the fountain is somehow a hole.
Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed the whole town. It wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran, what's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rolling back held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might be still alive.
Winced with anguish.
Is the mother maybe in this place? Ah, look who it is. How's it going? You knew I'd be streaming, I'm guessing, or unless you saw that I'm playing a game I don't usually play.
His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other.
Ah, okay. I didn't even know I'm logged in. Well, I'm not even logged in on Discord. I don't think. Ah, apparently I am. Didn't know. Yeah, because I don't open Discord either. I don't have it auto opening. I'm probably playing this till like, I'd say 8 or 9, so probably won't be on for you. Yeah, rude. Even though you're not even on the computer much. They both yell, what? They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself. Yeah, just getting through my games as usual.
Making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. This guy's very weird. He's a very angry guy as well. Doing an assignment, assessments. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Don't want to be a distraction. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very confident that your way happened to line your pockets. For some reason, this game is very much like Stranger Things. It's feeling like, because we're in some other dimension or something. If I'm online, I'll always be on Discord. Maybe not in chat, but you'll see me playing something. True. Which is very rare, though. You're never allowed on the computer. But you're usually on your phone on Discord as well, though. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
We're not getting an ending right now, are we?
Emotions and memories. Luca's mind flooded with questions.
These days, but it's all drinking up all night. You should be allowed to drink. As long as you're not being doing stupid stuff. Well, I guess if you want a quiet time, then you just go and mess up, I guess.
The wind calmed.
You just want some people to leave you alone. Okay, so I wonder how many options we get here. Oh, we just get wheat.
And in the stillness, he began to weep.
I'm sure she has some, like, vices that you probably don't like, and you end up getting, well, I don't think you get annoyed about it, but, like, everyone has a vice. And it's not, as long as you're not getting, like, out of hand. You'd think so. I just came home. Oh. Well, I don't know. Wow, she didn't get annoyed that you're drinking anyway.
It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. So is it that she's gonna do this, and then it's gonna turn this place to nice and green, and the other place will go to ice, like what's been happening? Then everything will go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper,
Ignoring
don't.
his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
So this is what would have been happening to us previously, because we just kept on getting frozen by something.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Well, we did hear a boom as well back when we were in one of the other choices. You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
What's gonna happen? Whoa. It crystallized us here as well.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca.
She messed up.
Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act.
She didn't get far.
Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever.
Forever. The end.
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers.
I think we have like one or two more choices.
The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
True.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay, so go back. None of those. We got fight and flight. So we got flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight.
Oh, we're with that cat person that, like, got them messed up
He
first.
squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerks. Out we go. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage.
So this is going to be the last choice, I'm
After what
guessing.
felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the?
Don't know if there's going to be any, like, other things that we collect.
That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
What? But the place didn't turn to ice yet.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire, With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
What? We didn't go through the tunnel, though. That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back to where we came from. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. This is where our home is meant to be, apparently, because, like, this is where the dad is buried. Look, are you there?
I'd almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo cur. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those
Luca
woods.
looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be
With a
rude.
resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of an hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up in with one of those radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? I wonder if we get to see the mum. Because we haven't seen the mum yet, and she's apparently missing. Was helpful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
What did you ban people for? The recent bans were because of, it was bots that were just spamming, yeah, those were from, like, the spamming, like, some link for bots or some shit. So bots for bots kind of thing. Yeah. There was like 3 or 4 of them or something like that. They would all post the same message. Yeah, bots for bots. Yeah. Gotta keep moving. Okay, so we don't go this way. We're gonna go south. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. It's a bit down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Those guys really don't look like they like match this game that much. Like, I guess that's just because they're so much brighter than everyone else. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under. What town could it be? Well, it's our town. Somehow in a different dimension or something. This couldn't be another town deep in Weepwood. Or was there maybe a previous town? Does that look the same? There's like multiple of them. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. I always like guess things before like too much before it's gonna happen. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. See what I can do. Well, it must be another dimension because like everything's exactly the same. In situations such as these, I find it best to chuck stuff first and ask questions second. Okay, oh. Okay, face towards it. Chuck it. Welcome to Beacon Pines. Yeah, I thought it was there.
They stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines. How is that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe it all leads to this one source. You think it's related? Well, what the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Okay. So again, we're in the frozen kind of town. It's all frozen.
Down the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Minnows are fish, I'm guessing? Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, run. Couldn't they just, like, be swimming under it, maybe? Or unless it's just encased them.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Well, she has kind of a twisted face at the moment because of us. Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. Oh, what? Don't leave us. I'm done. Iggy, I'm gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the dark.
Or it's gonna be okay, maybe?
He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
What's our grandma that's doing it? It's getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a good idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Then we're just gonna get frozen. Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort.
So no matter what, we're just gonna get
If
frozen?
not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Or is it a story about no matter what you do, you can not change things that are just gonna happen? Snow, the way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming, yeah. I hadn't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This is all because I lost my temper. No, that's ball hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
He motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. Okay then. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things to get into
He
fights?
shrugged.
Because he's bored, I guess? Something to do. Yeah, there we go. You're an asshole because you're bored. Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rollo always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
He wept openly.
So Iggy was kind of like jealous and kind of wanted to be part of it, I guess. Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in this town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get the expression.
He cleared
I
his
get the
throat
impression.
as he wiped his eyes.
I don't know why I said expression. I guess expression and impression kind of looks the same when you're reading it. And my controller decided the batteries would die. So let's switch. Luckily they're charged. It must be raining out here. Definitely.
He launched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get the bottom of all
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
What if the... Well, we're just going to get frozen again, aren't we? Luca. Yeah. I always did want to see inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you a full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep.
We're gonna be frozen and asleep.
Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to the worst days of my life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing
Oh,
with
this is a
toy
dream.
blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
Remember what?
Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive.
But
The
Dad?
day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see.
Yeah, because it's a
Let me
dream.
show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting.
That's
Do you
not good.
remember what we did next?
Ran away?
Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch?
Maybe they were trying to stop from
There's a
the stuff
sickness in
from
this
happening.
town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy?
Maybe.
With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise.
You broke that promise.
With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Is this the Bat
figure
Kid?
approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
No, bats don't have
It
tails.
stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
I can't remember who this
From
is.
a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Oh, no. This was a person by the museum, maybe.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you. Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Who is this? Anybody? Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you?
Came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
So it's not a person that was actually with us? Like in the town? You're big-headed, scarfy-necked, furble. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very
Nat
well.
began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are. You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gotta help. Are you gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright. That does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
This is where I'm surprised the grandma hasn't done anything yet. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back
And
home.
Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open
For a
them.
brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place,
Yeah, they really thought it was going to be that easy.
cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weekwood, or we got teleported into some alternate universe. Yeah, that's what I thought. Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. This is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. So we live in the alternative of what it was? Well, what they wanted it to be or something? You both grew up here. The town you've called home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. It's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. Oh, so that's why our house is moved there. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was unpeople. Yeah, because I remember at the start they said that they got moved to go on holiday for a bit and then come back after the the bad harvest happened. So then they just, instead of moving them back to the town, they moved them to this the other town that's still good, because it was 2 weeks, I think. Mind-numbing attention to detail. As for innumerable trivialities, I don't know that word. Trivialities, I don't know, which complete the tapestry. Well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. Gosh, some words too much for me. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revolution, revelation, I don't know. The brain was a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is one question that can never be answered with certainty. But one can do is, the best one can do is to uncover.
He narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
the source. Why do you say the source like that? Yeah, because I guess those tunnels were going all the way to the old place. Why indeed?
Began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home,
He sprinted
not-
off into the pale distance.
is he going to try go to the treehouse and there's not going to be a treehouse? Because he can't run to the home because the home got, like, moved.
As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through the wheatwood. Give me a moment.
Chapter 6.
I'm actually going to go to the bathroom, so I shall be right back. Okay, sorry about leaving with the wind going.
The source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured.
Oh yeah, I remember
Mr.
that.
Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Which was
Lucas
Was
stopped
the dad there?
in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
so this is where the dad actually is.
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
He's gonna try and dig his dad up.
His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Lucas' lips.
Probably not even the dad. Oh, okay. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you
He
jerk?
finally noticed the tears welling in Lucas' eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Who's it gonna be? We're gonna hide. Ah, okay, it's just those guys. 259k. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. So, you ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. People who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
He's not going to throw it at the gravestone, is he? Oh no. Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. The frick was that walk? Oh, weirdo. Oh, okay, yeah, I was going to say weirdo as well. It was a bit of a weird walk. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on
Lucas stuttered
graves.
through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
He
advice.
gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself? Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about
Luca
a
wiped his
source.
eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to the precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to
He
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I wonder what he's going to say. I'm always up for a challenge. Fair enough. I'm going to make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I saw that the, what's it called, Sweet Tooth is having another season coming soon. Like, I think it's like a week or two away. I didn't even watch the second season. I only got through about half of the first season. Wasn't quite my thing, but it is cool, kind of to think of like if humans and animals kind of merged kind of stuff. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably the best you to stay put and conserve your energy. Help us on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens, no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
He and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Or do I? Oh shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. So, do we get a little thing of... Oh, no, nothing. I was going to say... Our house should be here. We never could go this way. Wait a minute. This is the original town, and that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously.
What are you looking for?
He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids, the good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? It's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
One moment. Won't be long. Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Didn't we get like a thing that was incendiary? As like a action? Rollo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree, but when I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed
He
them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Yeah, they wouldn't have
The
known.
fencing glistened. Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
I'd love if there was like another treehouse that they had like gone and left there and then they rebuilt one for him. Looks like the stuff they put around Weepwood. Stuff who put up? I don't know. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman hero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Perhaps... Prepare for blast off, losers. Or loser. Okay, so what are they on about? So there's no one here? Can we go up here? No. We have to actually interact with this, I think.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo, 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 echo. Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Very carefully. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Her. Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drat, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozer of a question. This is the source where they collect the unrefined.
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Bloody hyena. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
He snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air.
Oh my god, you're gonna
threatening to
chuck it
drop
in
down
there.
the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. But. That's far
Iggy
enough.
plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like
With a
this?
nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh no, what's gonna happen? It's gonna go boom. There's a boom. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Whoa.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Are we gonna try
Dove
save?
forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow.
You can get him
See
up.
Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, take your coat off. You realist child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of here is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
To his face. Long life. I'll have you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Rum dum dum. Humpity dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Hum?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are
Every
you?
muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy,
Felt
no.
his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds, one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in
Calm
packs.
settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing once. Oh, for once. Are we gonna hum? Oh. I'll accept, I guess.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. So...
The two silhouettes were swallowed
They're
by
both dead?
darkness.
Not the firework. Went out with a bang. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh, it didn't go all the way. Curious. Ah, but of course. The fireworks of Iggy must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while anyway. How? Tempus legumine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfavorable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks made the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
I have some idea what that would look like.
It will take them a good while to safely break through to access the source again. If you know all of this, why haven't you been helping? I have been in my way. Each one of us has a role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
So we don't die, but where's the grandma and the other guy then?
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew.
Oh, actually.
And closer to destiny.
The guy wouldn't have known about it. Like, the big guy wouldn't have known because we didn't actually go and meet up with him and go into the pipes.
To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
The fuck?
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait,
what?
That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
1 second. Okay, never mind. So, what was the other thing? Oh, this hum. Let's just try this. The refuse.
Luca had no choice.
Same kind of thing probably happens.
Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and
Well, at least we
reached for the
fall in.
walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you?
Rude.
Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress.
The crap.
I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face.
The end?
The end.
Oh, okay.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Yeah, we knew that. I'm so surprised that that one's just a shame, because usually it would grow right up. Unless it does after doing this part.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Do we get to hear it?
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
What if that's the mum? It's like, he forgot what the mother looked like.
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
If it was the grandma, then it would understand. Be understandable. But if it's the mother, then I believe it, because she doesn't look that old.
Only smaller, older. Changed.
Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom?
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
Did some of that chemical stuff maybe get on her? Because it kind of made that other person's hair go a little bit grey.
They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
Ow. You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you would have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These people are bad. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too... Tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold hard
He gazed
truth.
down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, Abraham. We've got a party to crash. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that the so-called grandma was the mum because she didn't look that old. You don't understand, he always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago. Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen.
I heard that before.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time.
So, oh yeah, I was going to say, what was that a source anyway, and that was that crystal stuff. So, like, they must have hit that and made the bird harvest as well.
Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Well, it was just an excuse. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town is dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any
Mr. Kerr
sense.
addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such thing. It's absurd, just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean up this place. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, which, as I said before, that they had us moved out so they could go and just move all our stuff or build. Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You snivelling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have a whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her, she's absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now the whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get help she needs. She's not one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is, okay. It's quite enough, Mr. Nuncrude.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrede's face.
Yes, sir? Take them away. No, I want them to see this. The ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Is he the founder of the place? But instead of being aged old, he's gone young. And that's why the mother is just the wife then? Consider yourself a rare company. In rare company, you've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but thank you for that rosary otary. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to compens? I think it's compens we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious. I thought so.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with this formalities from here on out.
Pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In
So
one
he
smooth
was-
motion, he downed its contents.
He was trying to get younger. But then there was the side effect of the failed experiments that was making people older.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
So he's going to age to like the founder, his normal age was. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
He's going to be mutated in that though.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Oh no.
This is a story about change.
What? No. So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Your thing looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. Festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Sharper Valentine Festival. Ha, wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastards. Bastard. Oh, what's malice gonna be? I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face, you destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. So this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to
A
contribute?
helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
Thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift as a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourself in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement, but I... Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter, cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play his part as a leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't fretted away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of perennial harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up Beviscite? I don't know that word. Could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
He really sore throat. Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It was truly a role of a lifetime. Wait. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time. Now that your secret is out and open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in the town fears most. and I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha, the young hero. I kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity if things would have gone a bit different. Or differently. You might have had your moment of triumph, but that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties.
They kind of had, like, no choice, really.
Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
But there was a choice thing, wasn't there?
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
One moment. I need my drink. Unfortunately, it's sparkling water, but still water nonetheless. Okay, so, oh, we got Malice here. There was something lurking behind those eyes. Malice.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this to all be over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check on Rollo at the
Drifted
treehouse.
free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything at all. Are we just going to talk to him or no? No? Okay, apparently not. We're just going to mind our own business and not care anymore, I guess. The fuck? Why is that other guy small as well? Or is it just how they look? Because they look the same height. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad, it's boring. What if we did something to spice it up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
Two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Let's go after him. Oh, are we just going to the treehouse? Identify yourself, please. Nellie Mojo. I work here now. I am unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', Sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? Might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Ever since perennial harvest moved in, even junk is trash. You can learn about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper, coffee, and coffee cups. Well, I'd better get going. If I didn't see nothing, if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Oh, we'll be able to get the fishing thing done. We've got a lot of options. Oh, okay, I guess not. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, we've only got one, but one. Oh no, it's two. Let's try to do the pole.
Tied a small magnet to the line. Fishing with the law of attraction.
Whoops. Let's do it again.
Luca tied a small fishing with the law.
Come on. Oh, a key. Where do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. That's no fun. Second we know what it unlocks, it becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Cool. Okay, we got the last one.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Okay. Oh, I pressed the thing at the wrong time, so...
Luca wrapped some fish...
Okay, we're gonna wait for it. There we go. Ooh. Probably of Sharper Valentine. Because he had it his way. Property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we get back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Okay, so we're done. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're
Luca
okay.
felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
The end?
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Lucas stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
Doppelganger again.
"That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Well, it can't be the Rollo because he would just come in, wouldn't he? Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Oh no.
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze.
Are we going to end up taking the way over to that other place from the roof
A
again?
large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Oh, what the hell? Stop right there. Or oh. Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Is that the older version? Who are
The
you?
large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. He got aged. Whoa, take it easy. Luke, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try. I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Ha ha ha, uncle. Look, you quit messing around. It's me. Oh, maybe he doesn't know that he's been aged. If it's really you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Dunno. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and it smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was underground lab or something. They made my hands all big look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet too? Dang, Pa, just made me new shoes. Yeah, everything got big. Wait, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What
his
the?
hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo. Rollo, what they did to you, they made me drink some sort of green crud. Oh. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tastes like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. Well, I'm glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger, huh?
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Take cover. Did I come at a better time? Who the heck are you? This is big. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I don't know where else to go. So, you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know, this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who showed up out of nowhere. So, we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse. I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah,
she
but...
shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day and all around, hasn't it?
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mum gave me. Okay. Just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come on over here. Let me have a look. Because you got the grey in the hair, I think. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. It's going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to
Luca
heart.
tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go to work tonight. Her and Kerr decided it would be good for her to get things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and his weird cult of personality. You're not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent radio station. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in this town. I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival, but none other peep.
And after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable at all time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and I decided to be a rebel by dyeing your hair more.
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault that your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it, I actually kinda like this look. Great, we can get back to the story now. This next part is important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Gosh, my throat's getting really sore. Oh, this game's going on a lot longer than I thought it would. But oh well. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr. Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What is your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Majero. Seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had a chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good, you know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir. I have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she'll either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just a bit. Oh. It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit the festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, need a drink again. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they have loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder.
Gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nice. We know. As far as we know, Kura is the top banana in Perennial Harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy, so we have even a topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mum caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Look, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. But it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work? A creep on the radio said they were going to hold her until then. So if she's not coming out, we're going to have to go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this will help. You have blueprints? Well, it's just a welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Started to wiggle with excitement.
Oh my god, again. I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the
He really wants to
headquarters of
heist.
Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat, a modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, this could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain.
I feel like it's gonna be
Luca,
long.
Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
Okay. Alright, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordially, as my middle name. I don't know what cordial or whatever means. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new
Vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? But she'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even
Beck
notice.
snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Alona won't shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Pardon me. I'm determined to finish. I don't actually know where we're going. Enlist help with Iggy and Tish. Where would Iggy and Tish be? They might be at the coffee shop. No. I don't know where they are. Oh, they could be down here. No. Where the hell are they? Library? No, I've already talked to him there. Oh, here they are. Hey Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit.
Iggy
Shit to
gave
each
a
other.
reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda strange. Strange, you know.
Considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we hide? Hide our hostilities, at least for now. Hide? We ain't no cowards. Buzz off.
Luca knew they'd need. He tried again.
I know we're both being giant shit.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, we've been kinda hard. Hard, you know. Hard? Yeah, well, life's always hard. Get over it, we ain't interested. Okay, so it's not making us do big things. Malice. Malice to each other. Malice? Wow, Tish, smart guy here. With his smart guy words, thinking he's impressing us. Scram, we ain't interested.
Iggy gave a reluctant.
Strange.
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. Oh, okay, it's working. Oh, break. Break. Break our hostilities, at least for now. We do like breaking things. Even if truce means less, breaking things. What if I told you there was a way we could have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I could sneak into the perennial harvest headquarters.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
Is that where the fireworks come into play? My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come over and hang out at the treehouse
Iggy
sometime.
glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Yeah, because Tish wanted to hang out, but was kind of like jealous. Fine. But not because we want to see your creepy treehouse. We just like to cause
With a quick
chaos.
nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that,
He
Tish?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out
A
at the
single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Wow. The other character actually talked instead of just going, yep, yep, yep. Where am I going now? Let's help with Jeff. It's Jeff, I think. Hey Jeff, what can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate perennial harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean, I didn't say it was wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into the headquarters, and I thought you might be able to
Jeff
help.
wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so you'll help?
Joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
No chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you
Looking into the
rascals.
sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Shit. Yeah, it's all shit. Still ain't helping. And there's some shit.
Luca wasn't. He shouted out again.
Junk. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. I ain't interested. Fight? I've done enough fighting for one lifetime, more than my share of losing. Time to hang out the gloves. I guess we've just got hide?
Jeff's
Hide.
brow perked up.
What do you say? Go ahead and hide
Sensing
then.
some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not
Jeff's
afraid.
scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do. But you'll never hear him say, I hid from
One
nothing.
good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise? I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gobs should cover it. Put it on my
Luca
tab.
offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Sweet, we got him then. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Sorry, anyone
Chapter
else?
7. Into the hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We're locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help.
I wonder how that
He
went.
stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach perennial harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Oh no, what did he dress us like?
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
The moustache and I guess kind of service person uniform. Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Oh, we're in the box, I guess. Got your delivery here. Delivery? I don't see anything in my notes about delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled this morning.
He had to
Right.
think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He had asked it to be
Rollo
kept secret.
sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. Suppose we can leave this one off the records. Well, that was easy. Our harvest awaits and
With a
such.
stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
I wonder if we actually get to see inside. Our harvest awaits. Oh, yep. Pick a chair for the founder. I didn't hear anything about... Yes, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. I'll just check.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if I have to, if you want me to explain the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits. Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yep. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. What was
The
that?
distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a
The
job to do.
clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on, man. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Are we gonna get for... Oh, we're getting for... Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do. Yeah, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case she needs some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. So we go alone. Oh, we should be able to go with him. Roll and Beck have that covered, okay. That's odd. There's not even any cups for water. Okay, we go this way. The whole place feels fake. But of all things, fake plant. Ooh, Solomon.
Stopped in his tracks.
Luca, what are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you
A
okay?
look of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how'd you know? They brought me here and locked me up. When they were distracted, I ran. Dang it, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Yeah, we don't know at this time that it's the founder. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't just leave yet. But they'll catch us again. I gotta do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder, why are you looking for him? I'm not, just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
I happened to notice a plaque above the door.
It's the Founder door. Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly
Luca
fortunate.
tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't know how we could possibly defeat a lock like that. Well, we've got a person who's good with locks.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. What the hell's she doing? Ah, she's taking the power out. Don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
A quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon. Door's gonna
The
open.
light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. It's kind of funny that we're in there with the leader, or the founder. Oh, excuse me for yawning. Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Good timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around this password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets.
Don't know if that one's gonna work.
The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black
Okay.
background.
How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting
Solomon's
themselves.
jaw clenched into a half smile.
It's kind of funny. Oh, I got a hiccup. Pardon me. Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your
Luca
luck.
quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it. Bingo. Doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're next to a door marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen.
Wasn't it
In that
14?
moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Nope. Crap, we've got company. Luca must go faster. One sec, I can't even think with all this
Quickly
noise.
skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 1306. Go, go, go. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. They're coming. Come on, guys. Oh, oh man, he's gonna no quarter cups. Rollo. He wanted some water. Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rebel rousers are coming with us. Nope. Ah, they get the wrong people. Make a break for it. You can do it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after that. Okay, go after them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I am in trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom, Oh honey, what'd you do to your hair? Thought you'd be happy that I had finally used the young chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. Wait, who's your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with tempus lacumine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on in this place? I was brought here to work on Discovery of a Lifetime, a novel chemical compound that was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempus Liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship in time. It was a secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvest the source, infusing small amounts of Tempus Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The foul harvest? Perennial harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempus Liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You think you can think of it as manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. Yes, I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempus Liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Ellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long enough until I discovered the oddities of Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Man, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it over the radio. It's why we got to get you out of here. Like now? Wait, the vial. Finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we got Dr. Meldrew headed your way now. Roger that, be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what's your plan of escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more information. I'm sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. Gotta get out of here. Get out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face.
Yeah, because it's the friggin' founder. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will
Luca
tell.
held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. Oh, nothing at the coat. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
He's gonna get mad at us. I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang it, it must be... this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as killers as suspected. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is
Solomon
boring.
once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it. Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rollo. Before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me, I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Let me just think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Yeah, he's just gonna open the door. Everyone else huddle up. Oops. When this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no. Hush now, child, the adults are speaking. Dr. Modewell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful, enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer, all connected by a single thread, yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ah, yes. Now you've got it. Tempest Liquamine, you discovered how to reverse the process?
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
What's up with these other dudes, though? Very good, Dr. Mildrow. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't
Solomon
intentional.
glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
He presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
in
he
the...
could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Uh-huh. Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did the whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Casually tossed the vial to Luca.
What, is Luca gonna be big now? Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Took the
taste.
vial mockingly.
See some. Over here. Move another inch and I'll smash
She held
it.
it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plans. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens, then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
Deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. There's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there is only one way this
She looked
ends.
to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
Good girl. Beck, don't do it. Can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
Why? Oh, I guess because the
Solomon
mum
pocketed the
can...
vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Then the mum can, like, go and, like, stop working, maybe. Sakura, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance
The blood
review.
drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand how this is all because of me. I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great, but the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my
Solomon
work.
shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with the force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As the fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal
A muffled
life.
applause resonated faintly through the walls.
The hell? Oh, the guy talking. Yeah. Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use your time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. Oh, crap. So this is the end then?
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo, you just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wound, heals all wounds. I think it was saying. Well, time seems less of an issue for him now. Oh, okay, she wants to talk. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find the means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time in perennial harvest was growing short, so he left a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about the incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Oh, so he's finding out now about his grandma as his mum. She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. And now I believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life? That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
How could that be? Was it maybe the mother?
Chapter 8.
God, I thought we'd be at the end by now.
Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives.
Not that I'm sick of the game, it's just getting really sore throat from the talking.
How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
To save us. Yep. Graham, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on everyone, we've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Gotta stop
In
him.
one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Was he going to be going the other way?
Beck elbowed Luca.
It's going to be like going, like turning into a baby.
Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
Might have tweaked the potion with a little... junk.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drunk a cigar ash. How did ash get into the vial? It's pretty easy to mess with a vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goal. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
He's gonna get like a messed up face. He just turned black. What the fuck? Oh, he just turned into ash. Wow, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end.
Wonder if we can do the other choices.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Let's try the other ones. Change.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like a pocket change? Your unlucky penny. Well, I plopped it in the file, and when no one was looking, what's it gonna do? No idea. The beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
You're just doing gold, or like copper or whatever. Holy crap, he's a baby. Yeah, he's still Sharper, right? Oh, he was... Well, what he was no longer matters. So, as an innocent child, I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Justice, what do we do? We do what Valentines always do. What must be done? I'll hurry home, appear for the crow for father and young Sharper. That would be great help.
She
Thank
looked
you.
back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, show is over. You may now leave.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley.
Is he gonna get aged up again though?
Over the town square, across
Or just
the
a
river,
squirrel?
past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Hey, he's just having a normal life now, I guess. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. Beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. So there's more, okay. We never got to go in there.
Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage.
Oh, that's a closet. Doesn't look like it's a closet.
Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom. And now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
Anything out here? We talk to her. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. Nothing out here. Can we go to the father? Oh, so the stone's not actually there. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity one Rollo and Luca roll. So we decided to expand, but at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Iona's shop going? It's pretty great. I'm hoping it helps get into School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had the heck of a growth spirit. I don't just mean growing literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. That's some sort of... what? Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations, but don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell. I know. I need a bathroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's get this through and done. We never got to go that way. Yes, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. Grateful Alona and Nelly for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Guess we finished cleaning up sidewalks.
When
What's
perennial
next?
harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Even though they're still dressing the same. Anyone with the knack of art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. What's he up to? How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. The view's getting greener every day. Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all of the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. I was saying go fast. But not dilly-dilly. Gotta get to the treehouse. Ah, fine then. I wanted to see the rest of the place. It's funny that they put slow and dirty over top of the perennial thing. Oh my god. A little higher. Yep. Oh, they're fixing that. A little lower. Little higher. Yep. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell them it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not gonna charge the antenna. What? I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, Iggy. Just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grips a bit. So, you're right. Lead the way. I kinda... I sort of want to do the other thing first, just in case.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice, the whiskey from his office. Yep, there's unfinished glass on his desk. Figured the crow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Shava
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
That explodes into confetti. Oh my god. Now that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was
Bonnie.
never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
Oh, okay.
That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
True. Okay, so let's go back to this, go to the change. Okay. Where are we going? Check in at Beck at her house. Okay, we get to go straight through the place. Can we go south? Wow, back for seconds. If it's not too much trouble for the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed, then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for summer. He said it builds character. Think he meant to say it builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, it builds something alright. So that tent's gone. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The
Closing
end.
her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. I will talk to the lady in a minute. I'll just talk to this person first. Luca, do you want a biscotti on the house? I don't really have time. Zarel, you've got to come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Oh, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something. As if. I know. It's too late. You are now officially a person that cares. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon Sharp doing? Young Sharp seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. He has, appealed to crawling out of his crib. Attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I suppose at length, with Dr. Mildrow, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is objective, yes. But really, all I can do is hope. Try and hope. Two activities I am endeavouring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Iris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. So, at this point, we would have not found out about the other town, because they never went to the other town in this timeline. Because here is, we would have gone that way. And that's it. So at this branch here is where we went there. And this one as well. So it's only this way that we don't. Today's news that needs knowing. I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montague, aka William Kerr, just performed stirring rendition of the Iceman comic at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work out on his craft. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story. Nope, I've got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of story to the reporter in the capital city, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. Story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up an illegal mineshaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals. Sort of writes itself if you don't think about it. Just don't forget about us. Forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've got yourself into. Yeah, right, you won't come back. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventure days are over. Huh, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Follow the reporter's intuition.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him
No,
in his
no,
mom at
I
the
don't-
time. Memories of that day came flooding back.
No, I don't want to do that.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That. 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me. Would you be so kind to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me. I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You go on vacation for the first time in years, and I've got you and your mom to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me in the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. Fine. Oh, we're getting close to the end. I've almost gone to pretty much everyone. What's with all the bunnies? Hey, Mr. Noncrude. I'm gonna go see Dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Noncrude shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. So they've turned into Wild Ride because of the slides. That's rather funny.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on. No one is too big, no one is too small. For Jeff's Wild Ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
How would they get back up is the question. Just a piece of candy for the ride of your life. Well, I guess it's a lift down, and he's not taking the actual pipes. Who's next? Me. Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dinosaurus Titius, and that's good. It's great. Still haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become a bug capital of the country. Still keep out. What about this bit? Nothing else here. I actually loved playing this game, to be honest. Oh, let's see what... Oh, there's nothing there. I have news I think you'll enjoy. I just realised that we only see the blue here there. I thought they had got grey here. Oh, unless they turn the grey to the blue. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in? It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds an awful lot of putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, the most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. Ooh, I like surprises. You get me a plant. My mum prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. Oh, to go and plant at the actual grave. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of old beacon pines and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready to take Jeff's wild ride to Old Pines. Okay, let's go. I'd say the end will be when we get to the, like, planting the tree. Ah, you got it. That's a good looking tree. Being special occasion and whatnot, that's the ride on, that ride's on the house. You're going to want to hang on tight to that little tree. Down we go. Oh, there's the mother.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it.
It's narrated by the mother or the child? And maybe the main character.
And you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Okay then. Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? It's been a wild year. I thought it's only been a few days. Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. And I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me, we're a trio now. Yep. Hi. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let's tell you a story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I've found a perfect way to start our summer. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because two of his favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modrell says that over the next few years, this place should warm up, so we don't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There are things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go, but that didn't mean you loved us any less. Aw, sweet. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. The end. You would get it first. So. It's an enjoyable game. Did take a bit out of me with having to read all the stuff. But it is, I think, kind of an indie company, indie dev company anyway, or whatever. Dev studio. But I like it. And the story was quite cool. It kept on having me guessing. Have a drink. It's quite loud, I think. I'm not sure. Or it just might be loud for me. Yeah, we're not going to go and play another game today. I think I expected the game to be only like extra hour and a half or hour. And it ended up being 3 hours. So, yeah. Music's quite cool. Just gonna chill. Gonna turn off home camera and mic for a bit. I'll be back after the credits are done. Nice listening to that. I kind of just like sat there and closed my eyes just listening to it. Okay, so what happens? Nothing? It's done? Yep. We got a full tree. And I take it that's kind of like the tree of what we were growing. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we are done with that. We will probably, in the next stream, check out maybe Black Skylands. I might actually check that offline just to see if I'm interested in it or not. If not, then we will not be playing it. Then I got Children of Silent Town. That's kind of the next game I have downloaded anyway. So we might check that out next time. Anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here. And I hope you guys have a good night or day, whichever it is for you. And I'm going to have to rest my voice because that was a lot of the talking stuff for me. I'm not used to talking that much. So yeah, anyway, catch you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll most likely be on probably Monday. There could be a chance on Saturday, but I'd say most likely Monday. So yeah, anyway, see you next time.